Well, Bill Belichick, actually.
Hey, his homie.
He's an old man. He shouldn't be texting people.
But hey.
Speaking of ridiculous jokes. So, how's Brian Flores feeling these days?
Not great.
He's pretty mad. Yeah, there's a good reason to be, too.
Has a pretty good reason.
Yeah, his career's done. I know that for sure.
You think he's going to get Kaepernicked?
Oh, absolutely.
You can't sue the NFL.
No doubt. And just three separate teams off the bat.
Al Davis did.
Yeah, that worked out for him great.
Look, man, so this goes into a bigger conversation about the Rooney Rule in general. Yeah. But I'm going to let someone, Tommy, why don't you kick this one off? Because you were ready to talk about this.
I was. Yeah, I brought this one up. Well, it was a saga if you listen to sports radio or watch ESPN or whatever you do. Because it was just breaking news after breaking news about Brian Flores. And I'm like,
I feel like from 4 o'clock to like now, like it's just been nonstop.
And another ball dropping. Like, But yeah, no. So he's suing the NFL for what was it?
Discrimination.
Yeah. And he had some receipts.
Yeah.
He had them receipts.
Yeah, he had at least one.
Yeah.
And the other two, it kind of, as far as proving those things, the Denver thing will be very hard to prove. They can talk themselves out of that shit very easily.
It proved that the Giants were interviewing him after they already made up their mind about
That's
him
the
to
one
hire.
that's going to be crucial. That one, and also the owner, something Ross. I don't know, the Miami Dolphins owner. Yeah. So, those two, because I don't know if with that, I'll explain a little bit extra on that one. Another shoe that dropped. But yeah, no, so he started putting shit out there. John Elway and his buddies came in hungover for his interview. Clearly that showed they weren't taking it seriously. Then the Giants, well, Bill Belichick, actually.
Hey, his homie.
He's an old man. He shouldn't be texting people.
But hey, because Belichick did.
Texted the wrong Brian. Yeah.
Maybe he might have been dry snitching. We don't know.
He might have been like,
I feel like he don't give a fuck.
He's crafty, though.
Yeah, he is.
Belichick, like, I got to do one for the people.
I feel like he was just bored.
He's like, let's fuck shit up.
He's
I know how to ruin this. Just, hey, congratulations to somebody.
He's literally the Regina George of the NFL. Like, he did that shit on purpose. Like, I just want to see what happens here. I know old Flores is a loose cannon. He might.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Whoops. And,
Flores is a fugly slut.
oh, no. But yeah, no, so he accidentally sends the message to the wrong Brian, and Flores is like, did you mean Flores or Dayball? And Belichick literally said, oh, fuck. Or I fucked up, something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck was in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Didn't expect him to curse, I'll be honest.
Are you kidding me? Looks like it's every other word with that guy.
No, I feel like he goes into a room to curse.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it might have been a slip because cursing shows weakness, and Belichick ain't about that.
Yeah, he might have just felt bad. He probably did feel bad. He's
embarrassed, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's like, oh, God.
He just throws his phone. But yeah, and that's all Flores needed. He's like, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he had his Houston interview. Apparently he was a finalist, but of course, Josh McCown, how could you pass that up? Over a proven fucking coach with a winning record, mind you. Doesn't matter. Not in the NFL. So that happened. And then, of course, the Giants thing happened, and he got fired. Prequel. So, yeah. So the reason he got fired, he said, was because the owner's crooked as shit and basically wanted him to throw games for $100K a loss.
Yeah.
And also tamper with Tom Brady, another ball that dropped later. There's a lot of breaking news.
Tamper in what regards?
Well, he was with the team. I don't know if it was the Patriots or Tampa Bay when this happened. He was with the Patriots.
He's about to be out the door.
Oh, yeah, he's a free agent. About to be out the door, but still in the contract, so still tampering. And he was like, hey, Brian, I'm coming to my yacht. Just so happens, Tom Brady's going to come to the yacht too. Yo, you guys can maybe talk. And Brian Flores was like, fuck that, son. He's from Brooklyn. And so, so him and his Timberlands got off the yacht. And then, yeah, he said he wasn't going to be about it. And apparently ownership had it out for him after that, which ruined his name because fired him. You know why? Yeah. Which was the first question he was getting asked in interviews. And they basically put it on him like, defend yourself. How dare you do this? What happened?
I mean, look. So this goes into some other layers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, excluding that, on fun. So the Rooney Rule sounds fantastic in theory, but no rule matters if it's not actually
It's
applied.
incentives with it now, like extra draft picks or something like that.
No, I mean the whole thing is right.
Yeah.
The only way it works is if it's actually being considered and evaluated on equivalent peers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when you have stories that come out where it's like you've already made the choice, which hey, you know what? There's plenty of scenarios where it's like like
Sure,
we're
it's
pretty
happened a
hell-bent
million
on that, right? Like
times.
we're
Yeah.
pretty hell bent on like this person, but we want to have other candidates. I can understand that to an extent.
Yeah.
But ultimately, there's no point in bringing in a person just because they match the rule.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, this sounds way better if you're like, fuck it, no, we're pretty good with this choice here because we have an idea of who this person is versus wasting a man's time, which is ultimately what people were doing.
Well, he ain't the only one. Like
No, you cannot have melanin and be a coach in the league. That's just, they don't work, apparently.
Yeah. That Hines Ward interview's making a lot more sense now, right? Yeah.
I mean, they treated Brian Flores like he was just checking a box, which is really messed up because he's one of the best candidates on the market right now.
He is the best candidate on the market. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a bad look for the Giants too. I mean,
Bad look all around.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I could see the Giants like their defense is going to be like, well, we had to follow the rule. It's like you're not.
It's not a defense.
It's not a defense because you're not doing what the rule was intended to do, which
Just
was
give them a fair
exactly.
shot.
It's like to give these people, these underrepresented, disenfranchised people, giving them the fair shot as one of these great jobs, and you didn't do that. So you may have technically followed the rule. You didn't follow the thinking of the rule. You didn't follow.
It's a billionaire's mind.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
don't fucking
Yeah,
care.
and also you're the Giants. I mean, granted, they're a cornerstone franchise. You've been a joke for a long fucking time,
Yeah.
and I mean, you would have been lucky to have this guy as your coach.
I'm saying, like, this would be different if we're talking about Jason Garrett, hypothetically, right? Quality, right? Quality.
Yeah.
coach,
Yeah.
Right? Like, we're talking about Brian Flores.
Yeah,
There's a lot of really positive there's a lot of really positive traits you're going to be pulling in if you get this oh my gosh, get him as a head coach.
the guy won with Tua.
No shit.
He won with Tua.
A winning
You
record.
didn't even
with
want to.
Yeah,
fucking
didn't
Tua.
want it.
Yeah, he got straddled with Tua.
Yeah, got strapped with a quarterback who stinks. By all accounts, everyone says he's a great guy. That's
'Cause-
fine. He's a bad quarterback. He's bad. We've
The
seen
thing
enough. He's bad.
Yeah, I was going to mention with the owner, it didn't help with that whole situation of being accused of paying him for losses.
Yeah.
He invested in an online gambling company.
Oh, jeez.
Literally within months of that allegedly happening. So that's also a bad look.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Dude, he's
not looking great for that guy,
mean,
but
look-
he is rich, so this is America.
It's disparaging because
Yeah.
ultimately, it's sad to think that you really like can't be a kid and be like, I want to be a head coach in the NFL. It's just not a thing,
Yeah.
right? If you're a minority kid, the climb up path is ridiculous because it's almost like, I mean, I'm certain you've heard this before, Tommy. It's like you already have to prove yourself 150%
Oh,
as
yeah.
being black, right?
Absolutely.
So, being a coach, you have all the things stacked against you. You have to have the extra on your resume. You got to be doing the X, Y, and Z. And then if you don't do corrupt shit, apparently, you get annexed. And that's sickening because, they like, I get it. The Rooney Rule, it's like a practice that a lot of, I'm pretty sure plenty companies have. I can tell you plenty companies have incentives, a lot of things that
Yeah.
are involved to get these candidates in the door. But you know what they do? It's because they actually want the candidates for the fucking job. That's
Yeah.
why they incentivize it so much.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to do that, then what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
What's the point? Well, don't play in a bullshit
Because
rule if it doesn't actually
you have
work.
end racism on the back of helmets. Can't go against the message or what. Like, it's bullshit, man. NFL is really a fucked up place.
Dude, it's so fucked up.
It's super fucked up.
I've never understood why the NFL doesn't work like the NBA to an extent.
Yeah.
That like even if you're not like we already talked about how Michael Jordan would be a terrible coach.
Oh yeah,
Well, we know that he's a bad
He'd
GM
get-
and owner.
He'd get arrested for assault for sure.
But like Jason Kidd is a good coach. Like how is it that the NFL has never had like any player like move on to like. There's been so many that probably tried, and the only success story that I know is Deion Sanders going to a historically black college.
Well, about to be, it's going to be Josh McCown here pretty soon, but yeah, no,
I kind of doubt that one, but yeah.
no, it's going to happen. I'm not joking about that. I'm dead serious.
No, I understand that he has a job. I don't think he's going to be a great coach.
Oh no, he's
Well,
going to be
Marcus,
awful.
the answer is simple because players are players. These African American minority players can't step up to a coaching spot. What are you talking about? Coordinator? Maybe.
They just got that extra bone in their foot that's not good for coaching. You remember that one? He remembers it. It's called old-fashioned racism.
It's just ridiculous to think that. I wish I could say the head coach didn't have the I try and find it out here,
Yeah.
but there's not.
So outside of Khan, the Jacksonville Jaguars owner,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. He's
No, I
the
think
only
there's a-
one.
He's the only non.
no, there's a female somewhere, isn't there? In the-
Detroit's.
Detroit.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
I don't want to say that.
No, it's great, but she's just a old rich white person too. So
I understand that, but I'm just saying that I don't want to say that she's doesn't.
I don't blame you. I'll take that one for you.
But I actually heard, like, because in the Army, once in a while you run into racist people. I actually heard that it's like, I don't watch the NBA. I watch the NFL because it's a white man telling the black person what to do.
Oh, good
Like
guy.
the quarterbacks are white, blah blah blah. The coaches are white.
The owners are white.
The owners
The
are
owners.
white.
It comes from the owner level, right?
Yeah.
I get.
But every point of leadership is white. That was the joke he was making. I put joke in quotation marks. But it's. I only bring up that statement because that's what it ends up being. Like, all the owners just end up hiring what they want to see.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't. This goes into a longer conversation on generational wealth and racism, right? But the whole problem is not a fundamental thing that can be changed just at the interviewing level. It has to be changed from the top down. I'm talking all the way to the fucking owners, because a lot of these owners are older white men, and you're never going to have an opportunity.
Affluent old.
You're never going to have, thank you, affluent older white men, and you're never really going to have an opportunity to where even more up and coming African Americans who are in a relative range of that, which is rare. So like, how often do owners change hands in football teams?
Very
They
rare.
don't.
When they
They
do,
keep
it's
them in the
it's in the
family.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's- A lot of these teams are a family-owned business.
The Broncos is up for sale officially, but doubt anyone with a certain color skin's going to get that team.
And then it's like, and it's
Tyler Perry could, but
I don't think he could, but Jay-Z could.
It's $4 billion.
Oh yeah, him and Jay-Z, boom.
it's $4
It's
billion?
enough rich $4 billion.
It's
but
$4 billion.
$4 billion.
Estimated going right
Oh shit!
You make 10. I mean, you make 10 bill pretty easily and quickly with a football team.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's a good
It's the
investment.
best investment you can
Kim
make.
Pegula of the Buffalo Bills is Asian. That's another.
Great.
Oh, okay.
Glad you found the one.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like
Took
that.
them this entire podcast. to do
How many
that.
Google searches?
Yeah, right.
No, but it shouldn't be
They're,
like
they're
that.
just the Bills, man.
It's literally just a matter of, like, there needs to be hands that change all the way throughout. I'm talking,
It'd
if
be
you're
nice.
applying this at head coach level, then GMs also need to switch. I'm talking, you can't fine, you can't change owners, but then
Yeah.
I want the actual fundamental breakdown of, like, as sad as it is to say, the NFL just has to be a place where there's mandatory numbers. Like, there has to be 8 or 9 or 10. Make it equal. I don't really care.
That look is getting a whole lot more vivid and clear, of the, like what our friend Martin said of comparing the combine to a slave auction. It kind of is.
It's true.
It's very true. And that picture's becoming a lot more clear, and it's a
Yeah.
bad look when you have in racism on the back of your fucking helmets.
Yeah. And I do think there's going to be a shift. I mean, we've already started to see it just on the field. There was a time when there were people who thought a black man couldn't play quarterback. And now when you look
They
at
still exist.
they do still exist.
Yeah.
And they're just as wrong now as they were then.
They're very true.
And now we're seeing a lot of the star of quarterbacks in the NFL are black. So
Got a little flavor in them, at least.
Yeah.
so I'm
Little
hoping
Tony Sastry.
That, right?
I hope that
And
progress.
we adopt him. He's all right.
Yeah, we did adopt Joe Burrow.
And
in
he's
the-
like a mafia. I like him.
I hope that progress continues. I hope that's a sign of good things to come. Unfortunately, I do think you're right, Tommy. I think Brian Flores is never going to get a
oh,
coaching
he's not.
job.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
blackballed completely.
Yeah.
I think just there's so many racist undertones in multiple ways when it comes to the NFL that need to switch. It's why I'm such a big Cooper Kupp fan, because guess what?
It's the
White
opposite.
dude can play like
Same
it's
with
fun.
Christian
Like,
McCaffrey. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people are like, whoa, yeah. It's because if you're a good player, you should just be able to show
Yeah.
out. And I don't discount him just because he's fucking white. He's
Like,
Cooper
you
Kupp. He's
guys
amazing.
can run fast too. Jesus.
She can't jump, but like run, yes.
act like it's
100%.
No, you can't do that.
Yes.
Act like it's
Whoa.
magic though. Is it like, no, it's not.
No, but then on the inverse, I
Luka Doncic can jump.
I don't really appreciate like I don't appreciate that categorization. I don't
Yeah.
appreciate, African Americans having to be the players in football. They don't have to be the players. There's coordinators, there's so many different layers, but they just don't want to actually switch it up. We're hiring, if you want to hire from fucking college, there's so many historical black colleges that have really awesome coaches. If you want to pull from, fuck, you don't even gotta go to historically black. You can go to the NCAA.
They don't do that shit for the draft, let alone for coaches.
It's ridiculous to see this continue to happen in a modern age, and people act like it's the same realm as with politics.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit just has to change by, as shitty as it is to say, mandatory numbers and niggas dying. Not niggas dying.
Whoa.
Opposite of niggas dying.
What? Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying.
Owners actually.
These old racist white people
Dying off.
need to not be part of the equation anymore.
Okay, I got you now.
Hey guys, we're gonna do a quick ad. Do you know about Manscaped?
Do they know about Manscaped? Well, if you've been watching the show, then you have to have known about Manscaped because they are our lovely ass sponsor. Now, sorry, he was throwing it our way. But if you can see here, I have a couple of products that they shot over our way, and they've been an amazing partner for us. They let us say whatever we want and actually be true about the product, and so we get to come here and tell y'all guys like it is. And I can tell you verbatim that all of the things that we've personally got to try out, I've even gone through and bought some of their soaps and shampoos and cologne. All fantastic. And what I have with me today are a few different things. Starting off with the Crop Preserver, which is there for a nice ball toner around your downstairs area. Additionally, we also have the Weed Whacker, which is for your ears, your nose, those extremities that you just can't reach that well. But the mainstay, the big boy in-house, we got the Lawnmower 4.0. It's got a flashlight. It comes with different variable blades if you need to. We know that sometimes you want to go for an inch, sometimes you want to go a little bit lower. But additionally, it's also wireless, rechargeable, got a flashlight, everything. It's a really amazing product, guys. And so if you really want to give us some support and you guys want to check out the performance package, which comes with all of these things, plus a newspaper and some spray, you can go to manscaped.com and they have sales usually. On top of the great discount code that we offer, which is MEX20 on manscaped.com, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. Get something for if you're a lady, get something for your man. If you're a man, get something for yourself, and anything in between, get it for whoever you please. But if you go to manscaped.com, they have everything, shampoos, lotions, all across the board. Just use MEX20. Sometimes it stacks with some of their promotions. Last time I purchased it did that. But MEX20 at manscaped.com. Check us out. Please do it for us. It helps out immensely. And trust us. Look at me. Look at me. Trust us. Your balls will thank you.
They might sell the team.
It was the Dolphins owner, right, that was saying,
Yeah.
hey, throw games and you'll get $100 grand. He should be forced to sell the team.
That's a thing that's on the table. I don't know how likely it is, but they were saying that
Yeah, that
he totally should.
Yeah.
He should get, what was the Sterling?
exactly. I was
you
going to
could get
say
Sterling.
Donald Sterling, the former
Yeah.
Clippers owner. It should
Right.
be the same punishment. It's like, no, you are banned from the league for life.
I agree.
Because even if
The
you're
new owner changes that fucking name.
if you're not going to appeal to, doing the right thing to these owners, because I think that's rather fruitless, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to be say, hey, what you're doing is morally wrong, you should stop. They're not going to see it that way. What you can get them on is saying, hey, this is really bad for the league. If you're paying your coach to throw games to get draft picks, Like that's
That taints the league.
you got to make it look like it's bad for the Shield, for these racist bastards to care. So yeah, it's a shame that the guy that was doing his job to the best of his ability with the tools that he had was
And did it.
fired. Yeah. And also, I mean, we talked a little bit about this a few weeks ago when we were teasing our lists and most disappointment. Mine, it changed. It was Urban Meyer. Then it changed to Brian Flores getting fired after he got fired. Nothing's supplanting that one now. After hearing all this, it's like, wow, this organization is
Ahead
a
of the
shit
game.
show. This
Yeah, it's really bad up
This
there.
is way worse than I could have ever anticipated.
I put it in the same tier as Young Herb getting fired, but for me, I'm kidding. But seriously,
He's gonna sue the NFL.
yeah, up in the,
Let me finger broads. It's my establishment.
Fuck the moral code. All right, fuck that shit. Moral clause my ass.
Young Herb.
Or don't call them broads when you're playing for sympathy.
But no, on the real, like it's some. How do I put it? I go to the NFL, watch football because I genuinely love the sport.
Yeah.
It's always a treat. I mean, shoot, especially when we've been watching the playoffs as a squad when we can. It's been nothing but fun, nothing but good times.
Yeah.
And it sucks to like when you're ripped back and you remember that. Oh yeah, wait.
Yeah.
In the core of this shit is just as toxic and racist and prejudice as a lot of the other mega powers throughout the world. It is no different.
Yeah.
And it doesn't act any different. And in order for these variables to be switched, there's a lot of I mean, you know what I want? If I really be honest, I want a black commissioner of the NFL. I think that's
would
the only
help a
way
lot.
that change
That
is
would
going to
help
be
a
a
lot.
lot.
Would help a whole
Sure,
lot.
I'll take a half one. I'll take some mix.
Obama.
Let's take Obama.
Shit.
Hey, we'll take what we can get.
Take what we can get.
Yeah.
I count him as full.
Yeah.
But that's the only way at this point, right? Like,
Or an influx of black owners, but
Yeah, I don't know if Oprah's interested.
it goes into like a different camp of black people who have a lot of money not being wanting to support.
That's a Blackcellence episode that we'll never have.
That's black
Jordan.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I can't whistle like that. But no, I mean, yeah, man, I got much to say. Like, it disheartened me, and I really hope that he fucks up some shit.
oh yeah.
Oh, he is.
I
He's
hope
gonna.
he fucks up so much.
Oh,
shit.
he
I
absolutely
want the
is.
Giants fucked. I want Miami fucked.
Yeah.
Shit.
I want someone.
I want Bill Belichick to get a raise because he hooked a nigga up. I'm good.
At least he'll buy him a drink. You know.
Like, hey yo, you trying to,
Didn't-
yo, B, come through, baby.
OBB.
Didn't Kaepernick win his like court case that he proved that the NFL was
Oh shit!
against him?
I'm terrible.
Kaepernick.
Yeah. Did he?
I think he did. Like they
They
settled
didn't
out of
report that
court,
at
They
all.
settled.
Yeah. Oh, they
Yeah.
did settle. Yeah, I
they
do
settled out
remember
of
that.
court.
which basically
That's a
means he
win,
won.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a win.
They gave him an undisclosed amount of money, which is, I mean, that's why you'll never see him play again.
At
Which
a
is,
Netflix thing. Yeah.
but I mean, he did reveal that ugly underbelly of the league that really, unfortunately, I mean, it was always kind of visible, and now it's more visible than ever.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it sucks to see that happen, but maybe that's what it's going to take for things to get better.
Yeah, he's especially if owner has to sell a team. That's,
That would be,
that's would be amazing.
yeah.
I just want.